the 890 Adventure R. We're going to go on a ride today. Not sure where I'm going, but somewhere. I'm going to try to get some off-road in, and can't believe we have sunshine here. It's a beautiful day. Let's ride. Well, just trying out these heated grips for the first time. I installed them last night. I cannot tell you how good it is to have these working. Basically now you can run them from the little toggle switch set of switches over here. So I'll just go to motorcycle, toggle down to heated grips. I've got them on maximum now, and man, I'll tell you what, it is just really warm. Actually, it's around 45 degrees, so I'm probably gonna turn it down a little bit. Let's go to medium. So I'd rather have too much heat, be able to turn it down than not enough, and then you just can back out. And you can kind of do it by feel. I don't necessarily need to look much, and I've only had them on for I've only been driving like 5 minutes, so a worthwhile upgrade. And I'll link my installation video to it. And so nice to ride and have warm hands. I mean, the Klim inversion gloves with liners were working. I wasn't getting overly cold, but I mean, I have to admit, I can't see I was toasty warm either. I mean, it was hard to keep my fingertips warm at times. It's like you'd get that initial kind of numb feeling in them, and then they'd warm back up and you'd be okay the rest of the ride. But it seemed like I had to go through a little of that each ride to feel okay before my hands would feel all right. I didn't notice them. With heated grips, man, really helps out. I'm gonna put on the heated seat soon, in the next couple days. I kind of looked it over. It doesn't look hard at all. It looks like it plugs into the relay that came with the heated grips, and there's an extra plug for a wire that goes back to the right driver's seat, and then the pylon passenger seat plugs into that, and then there's a little plug-in for a switch that goes on the right hand side rear at the back of the pylon seat above the rear fender. So doesn't look bad at all. I don't go too up a lot on this, but I was like, why not? Might as well install it. So be watching for that. So good to be out on the bike today. It's been a while. I've been doing other things, and like most of us, it's hard to get out and ride. The weather, we had snow for a while. The weather wasn't cooperating. Lots of ice, and just was really kind of slick weather. I went out a few times, and icy roads, and I don't mind gravel when it's icy. Fresh snow can be fun, but man, ice, we were having a lot of days where it was just icy, and I just didn't want to mess with that. Didn't want to film a video of me wrecking. But anyway, good day to be out for a ride. Hope everybody's doing well. Graded road that I'm running into here. You can see it's hard packed on the left. Then when I move to the shoulder where it's been graded, because some washout, it's loose, fresh gravel. So just keeping things kind of neutral. It's pretty thick at times and loose, but that's okay. You just gotta kind of almost treat it like it's sand. When you get on it, just keep things moving. Don't want to land on the brakes or on the gas, and especially the 890, it just kind of makes its way right through it. You just don't want to do anything sudden. Make the front end dive. It's like I'm catching someone here with some dust. Whether they turn off soon, they probably won't be going over the mountain like I am, but so just some gravel riding tips there. Gravel, really loose gravel and sand, they're kind of similar. One of these days I'll do a video of taking one of my bikes to the dunes, and that's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. I can't ride I don't like to ride necessarily all day at the dunes because there's really loose gravel, so I'm just feathering the brakes, not getting on them hard, and that way the bike doesn't do anything I'm not expecting. But anyway, sand's the same thing, except maybe a little more magnified. You just kind of keep things neutral, stay on the gas, and then I find there if I get anything too sketchy, like this is pretty loose, so I'm staying on the throttle and not do anything to make the front end dive or upset the bike, and just kind of find that neutral balance point, and it goes pretty well. But sand isn't unlike that. It's just a little more tricky when you're trying to turn around or coming downhill. But the principle of keeping centered on the bike is still the same. So there's some really loose gravel, just keeping it neutral, slightly on the throttle. And then when I find a spot that's open without gravel, I'll take it. But you don't have to be scared to drive on loose gravel either. Pat gravel is awesome, but loose gravel, you just gotta keep things a little more neutral, be a little more mindful of what's going on. There's some big chunks. You don't necessarily want to go over a big boulder like that. That could upset your front tire and do something, make you hop a little. So, yeah, I'll get a video for you all riding at the dunes. That's something I enjoy doing. But I'm only good for 2 or 3 hours out there. If I try to ride all day, it's funny. You just start to get a little sloppy, is all. Well, what are you doing there, buddy? Looks like he knows I'm here. That's cool. And, okay, we're out of the graded stuff. All right, cruise. Got the heated grips on medium. They're feeling good on this mid 40 degree day. Feel the heat, but not too hot. It is nice to have that maximum setting though, in case you need it. And it's nice to be able to do it as I drive through the dash, the LCD dash. Speaking of which, the heated seat, it sounds like you run the driver through the dash, and then like I said, the passenger pylon ran through a switch on the right hand side over the back fender, back of the pylon seat, where they control that. Great to be up here. A couple weeks ago I couldn't get up here because of snow. Being at this time of year in the winter, we could definitely get snow again, so it's kind of fun to, I guess, get up here while I have the chance. Had a small window here to get up here, so I thought we'd take it. Man, this bike always amazes me, the torque coming out of a corner. I mean, here I am at 2,000 RPM, and you can just get on the throttle and it will grunt out. Very controlled with the traction too. Doesn't break loose unless I'm wanting it to, when I really twist that throttle. So here, for example, I can come out of that corner, roll on, it'll stay hooked up. Then, if I come out of a corner and I want to break it loose, and it's just a matter of finding the right gear, you can do that. And I'm on the 5 slip setting. Seems to be what I always gravitate towards, where it lets me break the back end loose if I want to, but unless I really try to do something stupid, it won't break it loose much at all, if at all. So it's kind of a nice setting. But yeah, that was our turnaround point a couple weeks ago when we were up here in the snow, and today I was able to just drive right by there, no snow at all. But this is more typical for an Oregon winter. We'll get snow, but it's a kind of an intermittent, short-lived thing. I might stick around up here for a week or two, and then it's gone. The roads get nice and soft after that, even these gravel roads, so definitely can tell I'm getting good traction. But at the same time today, there's places where it's a little mushy because there's log trucks and things that drive through here, and they really compact the road in some spots, and other spots they kind of turn it to like a paste, a mud paste. It's kind of weird. Kind of reminds me of concrete with the sloppy portion of the concrete worked to the top. Man, it's a great day. One of my favorite things about this bike is accelerating out of a corner or uphill. It says washboard uphill, and this bike just eats it up. Plenty of acceleration on tap. It's hard to tell in video, I know, but this is a pretty good uphill grade washboard, and the 890 just handles it. Getting a really nice controlled ride, even over washboard and loose gravel uphill. So when you're, there's a truck. So when you're going uphill, then you loads the back suspension. There is exactly where I hug the inner corner of the road in a turn, because he was moving at a decent clip, not too fast. I mean, that's what they do up here. He's working, and I was going at a moderate clip, not fast. Like I was saying, I had a lot held back on the table. So when he came around and I didn't have a lot of lane to work with, I'm already here. I just kind of went for the ditch, and it was fine. And no harm, no foul, no problem. So, but if I were not paying attention, driving at 9/10 out of my ability, or maybe 10/10, seeing how fast I could go up here, I could have easily come around that corner and had a close call. Probably would have been able to stop, but who knows? And if you get in a fight with a log truck, I don't think you're going to win. I don't think the outcome would want to even really think about too much, but it wouldn't be good. So, hug those inner corners when you can't see around a corner on your side of the road, and drive at a speed that, is appropriate. It's rare that I meet somebody up here, but, it is during the week, during the workday, so somewhat predictable. People logging, getting wood, other things going on up here. And that gate is closed. Okay, yeah, we don't need to go through any gates. But, yeah, they don't like you going through gates up here, which I get. So you want to follow the rules up here. They've got cameras and different things, and you can get a no trespassing citation if you try to not listen to those postings. So it's just not worth it. Oh, a little bit of snow on the side of the road. This is where it was really thick a few weeks ago. This would have been one of those places you could only get up to by some pretty aggressive off-road machine. Maybe a razor or something like that. Okay, here we're getting some nice packed roads. Great traction. It's like a highway. So a little bit of everything today, from pavement, with pavement with gravel on it, freshly graded road, soupy road, and hard packed road. So we're hitting it all today. There's a big pothole, and there's another one. The 890 amazes me how good these forks soak it up. Really, really good. Brakes, front brake, feels good. Rear brake, I wouldn't mind a little more, but you don't do much braking with that one anyway. A little trail braking maybe, and a little bit for control, but so that doesn't bother me. But the front brake definitely got improved over the 790. And again, I wish I knew what they did, if it was some kind of an internal component, but there's less throw than the 790. Ooh. Normally don't get to go through here if it's open. Day use only. Okay, it's open. We're good to go. So let's do it. This is usually closed. I probably should slow down since I haven't been up here. There's some logs go around those. I haven't been up here in a long time, and I don't even really know what the roads look like anymore. They've had this closed off for a long, long time. Stay on the throttle. Wow, yeah, you can tell this has been closed. A lot of debris on the road. So yeah, we're gonna just go at a slow to moderate pace here, just to make sure there isn't something unexpected in the road. My guess is maybe it's open for logging. That's hard to say. Some more snow here. Been a long time since we've had it, so that's kind of surprising. A little more snow on the side of the road there. I'm going to stand up a little bit. I do like standing up on this bike. Ergonomics seem to favor that. I have my handlebars in the middle position. All the way forward is a little too far forward for me with my short arms. I'm around 5'6.5". Lots of torso, short legs, but all the way back, I feel like I would be too far back on the bike and fighting my position a little bit. This is the way to go. The road's getting better. I do like that this bike is comfortable to stand on, but it's also nice to sit. Sitting position ergos are good. I think that's why I gravitate towards 890 is their ergonomics just work. Oh yeah, here we go. This is why we ride. One of the reasons. Getting out of some nice views here. Mountain range. See some of the coastal mountains in the background. Love it. Actually, maybe I'll go to the top of this, see if I can get a better view from everybody. I don't know where this goes though, but we'll find out. That's the beauty of a adventure bike, is you just see a road and you just take it. Find out where it goes. You don't know? Well, take it, see where it goes. Huh. I think this will run out pretty soon. Oh wow, look at that. The mountain in the background. Look at that. You all can see that. I think that's Mount Jefferson. I believe we have some of the little hills to the right, or mountains to the right, are like the Three Sisters. So that was worth driving up here just that alone. Then just the Coast Range in the distance over there. Wow, that was worth the ride right there. And you see the fog layered in, some high, low clouds. Very nice. Open up. Visibility isn't great today. There should be some mountains over there, but can't see them. Oh, I think I recognize where I'm at. Yeah. Let's go over this way. I should be having my GPS track my route since I don't know that area that well. I don't know if this passes through or... I can always turn around though. It's hard to see on video, but these are some pretty big rocks I'm rolling through here. It's just kind of, it's not really packed that well. Okay, this is just spur road. Nothing to see there. Let's turn around. Wow, that's a great view. Mount Jefferson, Three Sisters. I don't know if this shows up on this camera or not, but in the background you got Mount Jefferson on the left, and then towards the right there's the Three Sisters. Wow. That's great. Standing up again here just to get a little control, a little shock absorption as I'm going through some of this stuff that's a little bumpy. Actually though, it's the beauty of this bike is it's comfortable to sit down on too. Oh, this way, there's a great view. Wow, straight ahead, Mount Jefferson. Very nice. If that mountain range weren't in the way there, we'd be seeing Mount Hood. But it's covered by another shorter range directly near us. There. It looks to me like if I get through this little shaded patch, I think I'm fine. Looks like it thins right out. Okay, I'm gonna walk up here a little further just to make sure. Totally dry. And then I come over here into this low shaded spot on a corner. And we get into like a couple feet of snow. That is interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk alongside the bike. I was losing traction there, wouldn't move at all when I'm on it. So I'm gonna see if I can walk alongside of it. There's only about, I don't know, 80 feet where it's gonna be a little tricky. And then obviously once I hit that, I'll be fine. So we'll just see if we can finagle this along through here and get to this patch. People have been through here back and forth a bunch of time, and what I'm walking on is kind of packed ice, so not ideal condition. I wish I were on that right side. But anyway, not an ideal condition, but I think we can get it. Alongside the bike here, start it up. Should be in first gear. See what we can do. Oh man, that is slick. So I want to move it all. Okay, there we go. Really would like to get over to that other side, but I don't think I'm gonna have good luck getting out of this rut. Okay, so my clutch is out. And I'm just kind of moving along here. Basically pushing the bike as much as it's pushing me. This is a good technique. Walking alongside the bike. Easy to do since where I'm walking is about 2 feet higher on the snow than the bike. The tank guards aren't, whoop, I spoke too soon, aren't hitting. Okay, there. All right. Of course, just as I was getting on the bike, put all my weight on one foot, it sank into the snow. All right. There we go. Nothing to it. I'm not cold anymore. I don't think I'm needing a heated vest for a while. Don't worry about plugging that in. Okay, that's crazy. Now look at this. Back to, you know, dry road again. I love having the right gear on, but let me tell you, when you start working with all this gear on, whew, it gets warm fast. Which is so weird because, you know, if you don't wear it and it's cold, it gets uncomfortable. Okay, look at this, so bizarre. Now, you know, back to just pretty much dry road. But if you dip in a hole, a shaded hole, man, the snow can build up so fast. That's just crazy. Like, here's another one of those kind of semi-exposed or shaded corners, and just builds up with water and slush and a little snow. So weird. That shows that was really socked in with snow, because it's been melting. Because it's been melting a long time. Oh, it feels good up here, cool and crisp. Okay, well, that was fun. We were able to pass through, cut through one little spot to get to another spot. Okay, we're just gonna keep this rolling. This is just a big old mess here. Don't really want to stop. Trying to find. Oh yeah, that's ice. Okay, well, looks like a similar kind of deal. It's so weird how there'd be no snow, then you hit a spot and it's full of snow. So I'm just using someone else's tire marks for my front wheel, which is dropping into ice holes with water. And ooh, it's trying to fall over. Okay, so I'm just using somebody else's ruts for the front wheel as much as I can to help hold the front wheel, so I only have to worry about the back end. Seems to work okay. Did not know there was snow up here. This is really packed snow and ice, very, very slick. So trying to keep my feet balanced, because there just isn't a lot of traction even for my feet. I might fall over yet. We'll see. Once again, another little track here. Stick the front end in it, walk alongside the bike. All right. Oh, we made it. Wow, that's what we went through. Just chunky ice and snow. All right. See if I can get on this thing and we'll keep riding. Good. Whew. Yeah, that's crazy.
Intercom failed. Try again later.
Yeah, did not expect that. Okay. Well, that way goes up the mountain a little more. I think I'm going to just head down this direction. So, back to pavement now. Pretty easy. Yeah, so the key back there was finding a rut for the front tire. Then, when I'm walking alongside of it, made it easier to control because at least the front end wasn't gonna go anywhere too far when it was locked in a rut. And if it's bare snow, that's one thing, but that was kind of icy, melt, compact freeze, refreeze, melt type ice and snow, which is just kind of nasty stuff. But, you know, not a big deal. We got through it. I wouldn't have wanted to do that very long with the 890. But surprisingly, the 890 wasn't bad to get through there because it's so balanced. It holds that fuel tank low, but you know, the slower you go with a big bike, the more you start to feel that weight. I'll tell you what, the cold feels good now. Got my face visor open and letting some cool air in. Feels really good. Wow, it's crazy. The trails look pretty nice. There's some trails down there that actually this would do okay on. Not the super tight ones, but the one I was pointing to down there is actually a nice one. Yeah, lots of debris on the highway, which we'd expect. We've had snow, ice, wind, and you can see this road is, even though it is pavement at its base, it's coated with sticks. I mean, I know at some point they'll sweep this, but man, just a lot of debris on the highway here. That 890 feels very comfortable through here. Definitely the bike I'd want to be on. And I'm just trying to pick lines where I'm as perpendicular to sticks as possible. And if I can't get as perpendicular to a stick as I'd like, then I just stay neutral to slightly on the gas so that my front end doesn't want to catch it. Maybe it's slightly offloaded. Wow, just lots of debris. Look at this, getting into a little packed ice and snow. It's so interesting where the snow congregates. Be completely dry, and then you'll hit a corner, and kind of like back there, it gets so thick. Here, and I've seen elk many times up here, so I'm kind of hoping I can see something today if I just sneak through here. That's why I like this exhaust being fairly quiet. It's Akrapovic exhaust, but it's still fairly quiet because of the catalytic converter. But you know, for this bike, what I'm doing with it, I actually prefer that. I like to be able to just kind of slide through and not create such an awareness for other people noticing me. And I do think it helps me see a few extra animals that I wouldn't normally see. And I'm sure they hear me coming, but maybe buys me a few more seconds. A lot of debris up here. I don't think I've ever seen this much debris up here before. But I guess it was a weird year in that we some snow there under the branches. I didn't see it till I was right on it. Yeah, and I was actually happy. I was driving the 890 through some ruts. Thought the fuel tank would be rubbing, but the bike was high enough it just barely cleared, so that's great. Lots of branches. Seems to be fading out as I drop down the mountain, so probably got a little less snow. Probably where there's a lot of snow, things just got weighted heavy with ice and snow. Which kind of makes sense, I guess. Beautiful day for a ride, though. That's what I liked about this ride is we got some open views. Now we're kind of on a road kind of enclosed with trees, but that's fun. It's kind of like you're going through a constant little green tunnel. Get to break out into the sun a little bit. One last clip, rolling through some corners, paved corners. Love the 890, it just eats the corners up. Lots of fun. The more we drop off the mountain, the better the conditions seem to be getting. Speed shift there. Always a good time on the 890. Once again, 11 Enduros, now I'm back to gravel. And we'll work our way home. So gravel, pavement, back to gravel, pavement, now back on gravel. Don't think we're going to hit any more snow down here because we're a little bit lower. But so much fun. Oh, a little snow down here. Beautiful day for a ride. Lots of corners with gravel here. That's fairly packed for the most part. Just have to dodge trees if they're down. Just gotta be able to be ready to come around a corner and stop if there's a tree in front of you. So not as many trees down as when I was up further in the range there. I do like this kind of riding though, because you have to kind of pay attention to the surface a little bit. $890 does great though. Makes me a better rider than I am, that's for sure. Smooths out those bumps. Gives you traction where it can be harder to find traction. And it seems to find traction a little easier than 790 did when I was coming out of a corner. But not to take anything away from the 790, I loved that bike. There's a car here, so it's always good to be aware of what's going on. Everybody's pretty respectful up here, for the most part. Kind of realize we're all in it together up here. Help each other out. Yeah. I had to put my face visor back down. I had it up, wind visor, because it felt good to have the fresh, crisp air, but now I'm starting to slur my words because I guess my face is getting pretty cold, but still feels nice and refreshing. Pretty tight corner there. Just love how this thing accelerates out. And the 790, it had lots of rev. It felt like a sport bike motor, and I didn't mind that. So, any of you out there with the 790, great bike too. bit of ice. So it's 41 degrees, but you know how that goes. Doesn't mean there can't still be things frozen. Well, just as we found with that snow. It still surprised me. Back in, kind of stepped out a little. Did a little icy patch. But ice and gravel isn't as bad as ice and pavement, that's for sure. And the back end stepping out is kind of fun, but the front end stepping out is not cool. There wasn't any front end stepping out, so. And a few things to dodge here. Ice there, slow down, come into the corner, gas. So I'll trail brake through here lightly with the rear brake until I get through the corner and roll back on the throttle. I believe I'm supposed to go. Whoop, that was really slick there. You can see the ice glistening. Ooh, yeah, it's slick. Definitely is frozen in here. You can see everything sparkling. Okay, there's enough branches here. I need to go around that. Okay. It's funny how things look so much different when there's been some weather exposure. A lot of branches down. This doesn't even look like the same road that I normally come down. Water bar. Kind of interesting, the temperature just dropped to 37 degrees. I got the little ice warning light there. And yeah, feels especially good to have these heated grips. No snow here though, just kind of cold and frozen. Kind of interesting. KC80s, they're doing okay. When we were having snow, I was really wishing I had a little more aggressive knobby, but I've got around 986 miles on this bike, and they're doing okay. Wouldn't mind a little more traction at times, but they're doing all right. I believe this is the road that I was going to take, so let's try this. But anyway, so when we get closer to springtime, I might put on a set of Mitas EO7s, or Midas EO7s, and EO7 Pluses. I like those. They roll on the highway like as far as I can tell, slicks. I don't get any road noise out of them or anything. But then when I get off road, there's a deep enough tread pattern. They seem to surprisingly well. They do well on gravel and hard pack. I think they do reasonably well on everything but mud. You look at the tread. I remember when I first saw the tread, I was like, man, these are not gonna work, man, for what I'm doing. These are just oh yeah, they're just not gonna work. And no, they do. They somehow do, and I've been really happy with them. I had a set on my 790 that I think I put probably, I don't know, I guess 3,500 miles on or so, and man, they just didn't let me down. Going up another larger loose rock, kind of larger grade rock here, and kind of like sand or something like that. You just keep it moving, just keep the bike moving. Don't want to hit the brakes or do anything sudden. You just want to keep it rolling. But yeah, and I had good luck with those Midas EO7s even on this kind of stuff. So I think I'll try those, but I want to get a little more life out of these TKC 80s. I don't have any real complaints about the TKC 80s other than when it really started getting sloppy snow. I just didn't have a lot of bite there, but maybe we could argue that's true of most tires. The Moto's Tractionator Adventure tires, I've had good luck with those, but definitely an aggressive tire for, a lot of knobby, but they wear well, they do everything well, and I don't mind them on pavement, but I do like the way the Midas E07s roll so nice on pavement when you're doing pavement connecting roads, and then they wear so long. I mean, I was telling you, I think I had 3,500 miles out of the set that I put on the, it's really loose, on my other bike, and they just held up. Okay, we're getting a little snow there. That's surprising. I don't know how that lasted. And this gate's open. Yes, great. Open gates are fair game. Yeah, there's a story I could tell about those, but I won't. Oh yeah, look at this. A little water crossing there. I'm not gonna blast through this and find out how deep it is in the middle. I've had that go bad. You can end up to your knees in a mud hole. I'm by myself today, so I wouldn't have a great way of getting out other than what I could do to help myself too. Oh, okay, we got some, so logs or little sticks, you don't want to run parallel with them, you want to avoid them or try to hit them as perpendicular as possible. There's a little spot there. I'd rather be on the left, but I'm not, so I'm just gonna keep this bike rolling. I'm gonna cut to the left. This is where I'd rather be. There's a stick, I'm hitting it kind of not quite at the angle I want to be at. Wow, this is pretty tore up in here. Somebody was 4x-ing through here or what? Man, this is like a kind of little slush snow. Had no idea I was going to hit this today. Could go through that a little quicker, but I don't need to end up on my side in some water. There we go. Okay, well, that was interesting. A little low spot. This was some snow and water. So funny, you can have the rest of the trip be like this, pretty dry, and then you hit some of that. Boy, those heated grips feel good. And so I'm going to change those to low after going a little slower. Go to motorcycle, and you go to heated grips, a couple clicks down. And actually, I need to pay attention to where I'm driving for a second. Okay, need to go this way. So heated grips. Let's go minimum. And I've got that back out. There we go. Nothing to it. It's nice you can do that on the fly. I didn't have to take my hands off the steering wheel, or excuse me, the handlebars. Oh wow, look at this. That's cool. Okay. Was not expecting this. Wow. This is like deep ruts. If I get through this, I think I'd be okay. This is just a shaded corner. So yeah, I'm just jumping the clutch and walking my way through this. That rut, it's hard to tell, but it's like a foot deep. Oh, those are side-by-side tracks. Huh. I am surprised. Now, the thing I didn't think of is if I had to turn around coming downhill on this, won't be a lot of fun. See some deer tracks. Huh. Well, maybe this is as far as I might get. I did not expect to run into deeper snow. So I could walk ahead and see how far it goes. I couldn't imagine that this would last very long. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there we have it. 890 in the snow. Yeah. Did not know I was going to hit this today. I'm glad I'm staying on top. When I go through, I sink into about my knees. Oh, there it goes. So let's see how far this goes. This is so strange where you have no snow, and then you have snow that you can't hardly pass through. Let's kind of walk around this corner and see what we got. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be riding again, and have an awesome day. Battery's running low on the GoPro, so got to sign off. Take care, guys.